Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon White 2. I'm your host, ThePikaWu. In the last episode, we kind of finished off Castelia City and made our way out here to Route 4. Met Colress, and yeah, so there's something I want to show you guys to start off this episode. Off screen, I had to go and heal, and when I came back, I ended up doing something that I completely forgot about. There are trainers throughout the game that you can rematch by simply leaving the area and coming right back. As you saw, she was kind of stepped forward a bit because I tried to cross her path, and she ended up catching me and walking outward. So as you saw, she kind of was like, oh hey, I'm not going to battle you anymore, when we passed her and then we left the area and came back. So yes, there are trainers like this that you can actually rematch in each area. So I mean, if you want to get money on top of experience, then trainers like this are very helpful, but at the same time, this happens every time you leave the route and come back. So technically, if you like frequent an area enough, you're gonna end up running into these trainers all the time, and if you don't remember that they're there, then oh well, tough shit, you're kind of just gonna have to deal with it. As a result of this, my Espeon grew a level to 26. I mean, oh well, one level off screen, so whatever. But and we managed to get a level in Petilo on screen, so that's good. So, fun fact about Route 4, in Black and White, this was just all desert area, there was nothing else to it really. So I mean, it was kind of just like whatever, there's nothing interesting or fun or whatever here. But in Black and White 2, it depends on which game you play. If you're playing Black 2, then it's more of a, how do I put it, a more completed version of like a little city. There's actual buildings, not like stone kind of structures. It's more like an actual building and whatnot. And in Black or in White 2, it's more of a desert area still with more stone-esque buildings rather than, you know, like it's trying to do something, but for some reason it's kind of been sluggish in the sense that they're, you know, trying to do something, but they're just kind of being sluggish about it. I don't know what their whole reason for being lazy, I guess, in this game was, but it's kind of a thing. Fun things to know about this area, one of which I didn't actually know until we got to it, so that's kind of why using potions here is pointless to an extent, but I mean, whatever. There is a person in the area that you can go to and you can be like, yeah, hey, I want you to heal my Pokemon, and she'll heal them. I think I mentioned this in an earlier episode. This game has its exclusive grass type is Petilo. At least out of the Generation 5 grass types, the only exclusive one is Petilo. The thing is, similarly to Black and White, depending on your version, there is someone that you can go to with your version's exclusive and offer it up for the one that's not in your game. So, because we have Petilo in our game, we can actually offer it up for a Contney if we want to. And the person to do that in-game trade with is in this area. So, I mean, if you're interested in that, by all means, you know, just go ahead and get a Petilo in Castelia, and then just bring it here and get yourself a Contney, because, you know, Contney is an amazing Pokemon. More specifically Whimsicott, because of, you know, being an evolution of it, but I mean, it's something to kind of note. I believe there was like one or two items in the area that were really good to have. There are several other items that we can pick up in this area, so I mean, there's that as well. So I mean, it's mostly just trainers and NPCs to talk to, as well as a place where you can heal your Pokemon and all that other happy crap. So, considering there's, like, we've covered a good chunk of stuff, at least for this current area so far. I guess something relevant comes up, we'll, you know, start talking about it again. But considering we've gone over a good majority of that, there was a recent video on the Japanese, I think, Nintendo or Pokemon channel. I can't remember if it was the Pokemon channel or if it was the Nintendo channel. I think it was the Pokemon one. They had done an actual, like, official gameplay version of, an official gameplay video to show off the super secret bases. They showed a lot of the various decorations. They demonstrated the capture the flag. They also showed how you can go about making your own gym. You know how like in the gyms, how they have those like pillars that have the little gym icon shit carved into them or whatever. You can place those around, so I mean you can make it look like an actual official gym, which is really cool. The cool thing to note about this is whenever they show this, they might actually be playing the official gym leader, like the actual gym's music in the background as well, which would be kind of cool. I don't know if you'll be able to actually change your secret base to have the gym music in the background, which would be cool if you really could. It shows that you can like place a jukebox somewhere, so maybe that's how it plays it. It'd be kind of stupid if that was the case. I feel like similarly to X and Y, where you can change the battle the battle music in things like the Chateau, or I think it's the Mason. I think I'm pretty sure it's the Mason, but like how you can change the battle music for that, as well as your own like actual Wi-Fi battles, things like that. Being able to change the music like that, I feel like it'd be kind of cool if they could implement that into the overworld, at least for the secret base, so you can make it sound like you're actually, you know, in a gym. I feel like, because they showed something where you can go into their secret base or whatever, and there's something else, like I think there's a way that you can recruit them to have them come into your secret base and stay there, which is cool and very useful, of course, because if you're planning on making a gym and you want to have underlings in your gym, then you can use your friends as underlings and have their teams and whatnot set up, so that way it's like, hey, an actual gym. So I mean, it's kind of cool that you can do all that kind of crap. Apparently in the whole recruiting thing, you can also take a picture, like a group picture with each other, which is also really cool. I don't really know if they actually have screenshots of all of this on Serebii yet. They should, really, because I mean they have no excuse, but I mean I don't really think that they do, which is kind of sad. I don't know if I covered a lot of like the other details, of course. Like, I mean, I know we mentioned that the gym, like, we know that we have Roxanne back, Flannery back, Brawly back, people like that, but I mean, like, their gyms are actually pretty cool. If you look at the screenshots, I also remember the other gym leader was Watson. Like, I don't know why or how I forgot his name, but whatever. But their gym enhancements are pretty cool. I've always loved Roxanne's design, despite the fact that she's not my favorite gym leader from the generation. She's always kind of had this adorable, like, frilly yet not so frilly look about her, which is kind of adorable in my opinion. But like, the way that she acts before the battle and stuff, she gets all serious. It's just great. The thing is, like, the way that the battles look, like the gym themselves, Brawly's gym looks absolutely amazing. It looks like an actual, like, fighting dojo. I mean, that in and of itself is really neat. Roxanne's gym, it kind of reflects what it was in the past, which is good. I mean, it's not too different from what it originally was. It also kind of has this similar feel to that of Pokemon Stadium 2, where like when they would pan out and you would see like the gym icon or whatever on the ground and all that other shit. It was pretty neat to see that. So I mean, that's kind of a thing. I don't know why there's pictures of a close-up of Nosepass though, but that's cool. Then there's, I think, screenshots on here of Flannery's gym, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it just kind of seems like it's very similar to the original as well, in the sense that it's kind of like a steamy, like, whatever area. And, like, it obviously has, like, trapdoors and stuff on, like the way that they were in, Generation 3, they were more like sand areas, like, you know, that spa sand that, you know, the old, I think that, yeah, like the old lady or whatever was laying in Lava Ridge or whatever the hell that name's town, or the name of that town is. I feel like it's Lava Ridge. I could be wrong. I mean, it's been a while since we played, you know, Emerald, so I mean, bear with me on that. You should understand what I'm talking about, though, regardless. But, yeah, like, it's pretty cool that they have, like, little trapdoors and stuff now. I'm surprised they don't really have very many screenshots of it, of course, if any. I think that there might be a few. One of the things that disappoints me about the new gym leader shit is that they kind of kept Flannery as a dunce. Like, she's kind of just stupid still, and I don't know, like, she tries way too hard to be a gym leader, and she doesn't need to. I guess maybe that's just my own personal opinion. She doesn't really need to try so hard to be a gym leader, especially after all this time. I mean, but at the same time, it's kind of cool that she has some of the same, you know, attributes that she had a long time ago as well, I guess. I mean, nostalgia purposes are a thing, but I don't know. Like, I don't know why she does that hiya shit. Like, it looks, okay, in all seriousness, it kind of looks like she's trying to force out a dump. Like, literally. Like, I know I probably shouldn't be saying shit like that, but it's kind of like she's really trying to just push one out, and yeah. I don't know how I feel about the trapdoors exactly. It does look kind of cool how the gym is, like, excuse me, like, how it looks like cooled lava. That's kind of what it looks like to me, and I find that kind of cool. I mean, no pun intended, of course, with the whole cool lava and, you know, whatever. But yeah, it's just neat that the gym's kind of styled like that. I wonder if that's how they, like, what they intended it to kind of look like when it came to the original, but I really have no idea. Norman's gym is pretty cool. I don't really know how else to put it. It kind of reminds me of some of those very fancy traditional Japanese homes. They have like these really interesting looking windows in them, not to mention like the wooden sliding doors, stuff like that. So I mean, it's got that like really traditional Japanese home type of feel to it, which is really cool. But I mean, that's kind of how his gym originally was in the first place. I don't know how I feel about the whole cosplaying Pikachu thing, by the way. I mean, the Bell Pikachu is really adorable, I'm not gonna lie about that, but at the same time, like, I mean, I guess this is something we should have expected, considering in Black and White and Black and White 2, when it came to the whole contest hall thing, you were able to dress up your Pokemon, even though it wasn't exactly very 3D, obviously. So I can only assume that this is basically a evolution of what we had in Black and White 2, which I guess is cool, but at the same time, so far we've only seen this on Pikachu. We have no idea if this applies to every other Pokemon as well. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, it seems kind of interesting, yet at the same time, why? I mean, let's put it into perspective, right? Are you really going to dress up a Magikarp? Are you going to dress up an Aggron? Are you going to dress up a Wailord? Like, are you seriously going to do something like that? I mean, I personally wouldn't, and I don't know. I have to like try out this new form of contest shit myself, just to see if I actually enjoy it. Because if it's anything like the original back in Generation 3, then I'm gonna enjoy it regardless. But if it's not, I'm probably gonna avoid it as best as possible, because I really don't like the newer forms of contests. It's just like, okay, it just seems, how do I put it, a bit excessive, I guess. Contests in the actual game themselves should have been a little more simplistic, as opposed to how they were in the anime, where they were overly complicated. They had to appeal with their Pokemon and everything else. I mean, I guess if you can dress yourself up and whatnot and enjoy yourself, then that's cool. But I mean, with trainer customization being a thing, at least in X and Y, and hopefully in, you know, AlphaSapphire and OmegaRuby, I mean, it seems kind of pointless, at least to me. So I don't know. Maybe you share a different opinion, but, or have a different opinion, I guess is the best way to put that. I don't know. There's just so much that I want to see from AlphaSapphire and OmegaRuby, but we just don't have, you know, enough to go off of just yet. So considering we're basically out of time, I'm just going to kind of cover this now. In the next episode, we're going to hopefully finish off Route 4. I'm not sure if we're going to go up to the Relic Castle first and then into Nimbasa City or what, but one of the two will definitely happen in the next episode. I'll have to look into things off screen and decide from there, of course, but one of the two will definitely happen. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer signing out.